if you do not vote on Tuesday, or even earlier than Tuesday, I will whelp you with my stick. Hey everyone, Candid with Carmina time. Voting day for a lot of places is already happening on Tuesday here in New York State and many other states. So you are going to go vote, especially if you're a woman, if you self-identify as a woman, if you have a uterus, if you are a woman of color, if you are a woman of any religion, any shape, any size, whether you're disabled or not. Our fate is going to be decided by a bunch of really backward, medieval thinking conservative Catholics. So what can we do in the meantime aside from vote? Let's stop hating on each other. And here's what I mean about that. So I'm a model and I'm a singer, and those are both in the arts, right? And the thing about the arts is they're subjective. It's not math, it's not science. There's no right or wrong answer. It's subjective based on our own aesthetics, likes and dislikes, and the fact that we grow as artists and we have good days and bad days, and there's no right or wrong answer in the arts. And so if someone doesn't like your work, it does not mean they're a hater. It means they don't like your work. Not everyone who doesn't dig what you're selling is a hater. And by immediately just assuming that all women are ready to have a cat fight is super misogynistic. Maybe they just don't like your modeling. I could write a book filled with names of people who don't like my singing. And that, big deal, that comes with the territory. That's part of being a performer, especially one with a more unique voice. I could write a book filled with names of people who told me I would never make it in the modeling industry. I happen to think they were wrong. Whatever, the arts are subjective. So if you don't get a job, don't automatically assume that the agency booker or the music director, the dance teacher, or the DJ host, or whoever is racist or fat phobic or anti-disability, because maybe they're just not into you. Maybe they're just not that into you. So don't assume that everyone's a hater, because they're not. Some are. There's haters out there, but it's like a really small percentage. Don't assume that they're jealous. There are a few, but again, it's a really small percentage. Just do your best work, and if you increase in quality people will find. And I'm always really honest about my assessment of other singers and other models. So if I tell you, oh wow, that singer really killed it, I mean it. And if I said, oh, that singer, like the pitch wasn't really great and they need to work on their Italian, I mean it. Doesn't mean I dislike the person. It means I'm a grown woman with intelligence and experience and my own aesthetic opinion. And to suggest otherwise is super, super misogynistic. All women do not have to automatically support each other. Do you realize how actually misogynistic that is? Why can't I use my brain? My big brain that God gave me? Why can't I use my own aesthetic sense that I've earned 35 years being a professional artist? To suggest otherwise is really nasty. So next time someone doesn't like your painting or your lecture or your photos as a photographer or as a model, if someone doesn't like your editorial spread, they don't like it, so what? Someone else will. Just keep improving and keep doing better, but don't assume that anyone who critiques, not criticizes, that's that difference, right? Who critiques your work is a hater or is jelly or they just want what you want. Like, no. I know women in the industry, modeling industry, who in my opinion have no talent, none, should not have the jobs they have, and it is absolutely not sour grapes, because I know other people who I'm so happy for, who I think do deserve it, who I think have the potential, and brava for them. And the first set of women who I actually don't think have the goods, mazel tov, go make your money, girl. I don't go after anyone else's money, because the thing about the arts is it's not a one-to-one. 100% talent does not mean you will make it. You could be really talented, have really good training, and work your ass off and still not make it in the arts. That's the weird part that's difficult. And the opposite, you could not have a very good voice. You could not be a very good model. And you put up the right photo at the right time and you have 50,000 followers on Instagram. That does not mean quality. quantity does not. How do I know that quantity does not equal quality? Paris Hilton sold like 10 million CDs of her singing, okay? So as women, don't be afraid in a kind, constructive way to give your aesthetic opinion. And if you can't put on your big girl panties, and whether those are women or women with a Y, or femmes or girls, or whatever kind of woman you identify as, put on those panties and grow a thick skin and take critique. Take criticism, because that's what happens in the arts, and we all grow stronger together. So my opinion about certain models or certain singers who have made it and don't deserve to is just my opinion. And I have other friends who I think are way more talented, who should be doing better. The arts are not perfect. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio. So let's all support each other by being honest with each other. And if I don't totally dig your picture, someone else will. And so what if I don't? Because I'm a woman with a mind and an aesthetic sense, and you guys are too. And we should use it to build each other up and not tear each other down. So don't assume that anytime you don't get a job, it's because of fat phobia or anti-disability or because of racism. It could be. It could be one of those things. But it could just be because maybe they wanted a redhead. Or maybe they wanted a coloratura soprano and you're a lyric soprano. Or maybe they wanted someone who's 5'10" and you're 5'9.5". This stuff. No more of this, ladies. We love each other. We give each other our honest opinions, because that's the only way we grow as artists. And vote, 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 vote. Thanks for getting candid with me.